You should know my modus operandi by now. You should know the way I work. Like, I get an idea, it may be an outrageous or horrendous idea, and then I try to make it work. So, this time I had the idea of using the Great Lance in the offhand, just to space things, just to space people. Because I suck at spacing. I really hate spacing. And I haven't got the slightest clue about spacing. You should know this about me. This is why I'll never be a good duelist. But the thing I can do is I can make it. I can play unconventionally, right? So I can play in ways that most people don't expect. This is because I have to adapt because I cannot space well. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to make the Great Lance work because the Great Lance have 26 units in the offhand. It has 26 units of space. So it's very good when it comes to spacing and to keep people at distance and to keep them at bay. The problem is you get a lot of parry spammers. People will try to parry you and it's expected, it is to be expected. So the combos so far is that the Great Lance L2 can combo with the Gothar R2. The the hit stun is long enough for you to use the Gothar R2. So I went away because I was bummed off when the host healed because uh, when I invade lone hosts, okay, I'm in for a duel, but if they're gonna heal, then it's an invasion. So fuck it. Why shouldn't I go away and hide and wait for them to, come and find me? Fuck off, mate. I come in here with less health and you heal on me? No, no, no. This is an invasion. So yeah. Anyway, I get ideas about builds and about playstyles, and I try to implement them. So a couple of days ago, I had the idea of using the Great Lance offhand to check people and the Straight Sword to deal damage. And I tried to take it to the next level to Gang City to actually invade with this build. And huge shout out to Adam Barker. You should know Adam Barker. If you know my channel, then you should know Adam's channel. Adam is one of the first people to show love for this weapon. He made a video about how cool this weapon is. Now look at this person. He's trying to parry my charged R2. The Great Lance, when you're charging the R2, it's unparryable, and this is the weapon art. Get shit on, mate. Yeah, like I said, huge shout out to Adam Barker for showing some love for this weapon. If any of you guys have any ideas or have clips, show them to me, please. Now, this is my pitch. This is my pitch for the Great Lance. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's got hyper armor on the weapon art, and with a Leoring on, you can trade with ultras, and you don't have to fear anything. Even if this doesn't sell it on you, you can do other stuff like combo the R1 into a full weapon art and do horrific damage to the opponent. And you can actually spam the chase down like a Gundir's weapon art charge. And make quick use of the gankers. So yeah, I'm gonna comment on the invasions. All this footage was captured in a couple of hours. So I'm gonna comment as we go. So one good thing of the Great Lance, it's got a sweet spot, and combined with the Leoring, you can do a lot of damage. Did you see that? Like a lot of damage. It's a double hit. It's a double hit with the Leoring. So imagine 870 damage just from one hit. If I wasn't hit stunned by this person's hit due to latency, I would have comboed it in a Gothard R2 and then finish them off with a throwing knife. But anyway, what this weapon can do well is keep people at distance, and when they roll in, the trap is to make them roll in. When they roll in, they will get some of the Straight Sword R1 spam. Um, I had a lot of latency with the hosts today, and I had a lot of latency with people I usually don't have, so I don't know what went wrong. Maybe it was my internet, but I'm not sure. Or maybe it's the game servers. Did you see that backstab? It doesn't happen if you don't have latency. It only happens with latency. So this weapon is good for chase downs. Believe it or not, it's not the ideal weapon for chase downs because the run attack is continuous. You cannot aim it well, and you can get parried very easily with this run attack. But it's got enough hit stun and pressure like, you see, to make the enemy get staggered. So yeah, this is the first invasion I wanted to show you. It's a good weapon. It's a good weapon to use as a main weapon too. But I prefer the setup that I have, and I'll show it to you why. I'll show it to you in this invasion. Like, look at this guy. Did you see how I checked him? I just checked him. I just spoke him. I was like, hello, dude, where are you going? And I used the Gothard R2 to just check him again. So this is what this build does. It keeps them at a distance, it just checks them. It stuns them enough so you can keep them at a distance and then deal some damage. The trick is to make them roll towards you. Even if they don't want to roll towards you, you can poke them with a Great Lance and combo it with another Great Lance or with a Gothard R2 or with a jump attack. Because the Great Lance L2 generates enough hit stun to combo it with a jump attack of the main hand weapon. So deal with it as you please, guys. I don't know. I had a lot of fun. I cannot, to be honest, I had a lot of fun because you see the mix-ups. They have to guess what I'm gonna do next because I have the straight sword, I have the Great Lance, and they have to guess if they come towards me. It's a good thing to have in case you want to mix up your game and want to roll cuts people. It's a roll cuts machine. It is a roll cuts machine. And I thought I wouldn't get a lot of invasions. I wouldn't have a lot of success with invasions with this setup, but I did have a lot of success, and I enjoyed it. Like, all this is footage captured from a couple of hours. Now I'm gonna showcase you the roll cutting capabilities of this setup. I'll show you how you can read your opponent and check them through spacing. Like, okay, I don't know, I haven't got the slightest clue about spacing, but you'll get what I mean. Did you see that? Like, and these roll cuts, because if you time it right, you can roll cut them afterwards. And you got the straight sword in your right hand to apply some pressure. So it's always good to, for me at least, it's always good to have a straight sword, like a fast weapon in the right hand with some reach. I was anxious about this Crystal Soul Spear because I didn't know if it was a Phantom or another invader. And luckily it was an invader, or unluckily, because you never know with invaders, with casting invaders. So if your opponent doesn't know how to react to you, like, okay, my friends, my inner circle, they know how to react to this build. We played so much the last couple of days that they know how to counter this build, which is not an easy counter actually. But if they don't know, if they haven't seen the Great Lance or this setup before, it's very hard. It's really very hard. And actually, it is this setup is good as a counter setup when you're facing latency, because you can get a lot of. Did you see the L2R2 and the L2 roll cuts? I did an L2 roll cuts at the end, and it helped us do some damage. So this is a good setup when you're fighting against latency, because you can get a lot of vulnerability frames in terms of counter damage. You can get a lot of counter frames, and you can do a lot of damage if you have the Leo Ring on and a physical build, because this is how, in case you didn't know, this is how counter damage works. It has to be a physical build, and only the thrust damage is the one that gets the counter bonus. So yeah, I would say it's a good setup. It has worked well for me, and I didn't have many problems. The only problems that I had is the running attack, which is useless. Oh my god, I fucking hate the running attack. You cannot hit anyone. Did you see the counter damage? A lot of damage. I also, except the running attack, you'll get parried a lot. You will get you will get a lot of parry spammers. Your opponents will try to parry you as much as possible, and it is expected. It is to be expected, because oh, this blue was using the Great Lance too. I didn't remember that. Did you see? You will get parried. You will get parried a lot. But the trade-off for me, it was alright, because I could have gotten parried many more times than I did. Like, I think I got parried like 3 or 4 times during a 2 or 3 hour session of invasions, and not even one moment did I think, oh my god, I don't have a good setup on me, I have to play a different way. Not even one moment did I think that, because It's the equivalent of the offhand S-Stock main hand straight sword. This is the same thing. This is actually the same build. Nice plunging attack, nice thinking. But the difference is that I'm using the Great Lance because I want the space. I want more to have more space between me and my opponent because I suck at spacing and I cannot use the S-Stock or the Rapier as an offhand to space people. So take it as you wish it. This is I use this setup simply because I suck at spacing. You can use some people said about the halberd, the red hilted halberd, which is a good setup too. The red hilted halberd is good, but it doesn't have. Did you see? 400 damage just from the Great Lance because it was on the counter frames. The red hilted halberd doesn't have that much space. It doesn't have that much range on it. So that's why I use the Great Lance. But the red hilted halberd has got a better hitbox because it starts hitting from the palm of your hand, and the Great Lance only hits at the end of its model. And you see, I didn't even touch the guy. So I would say, for me, the Great Lance works better because it also has a magnificent weapon art. It's got an awesome weapon art that can combo from a simpler one, and I really enjoyed it. And I think I'm gonna be using it a lot more. I'm soul level 137, by the way, because I couldn't find any invasions at soul level 140. And this is the last clip. This is an invader that invaded me while I was trying to invade. Did you see the counter damage? He invaded me while I was trying to invade. Okay, I would let him heal once, of course, because I have 30% more HP. And I have no problem with that. And he was a good fight. He parry spammed a lot, but he was a good challenge, at least at the beginning. I was trying to see how it would be fighting someone who has a lot of poise. So with this build, I was trying to fight him with a lot of. He has a lot of poise. So I was trying to fight him in order for me to practice. And he fell for the charge dart too. I think he understood it from that moment on. He never tried to parry me again. I think he didn't try to parry the charge dart 2 again. He tried to parry me a lot. He spammed parry, but he didn't try to parry the R2. So after he drank, I said, okay, let's drink. If you want this, I'll give you this fight. And I was like, okay, let's fight until our Estes are over. Which isn't good for the invader because it takes, you know, you need to have Sigbrows, you need to have Divine Blessings, which I don't use. I started using them a lot less, the Sigbrows and the Divine Blessings, because of Mook. If you guys don't know Mook, you should go and subscribe to his channel. It will be in the description. This is a good parry and a good weapon switch. This was an awesome hard swap, and he should have capitalized on it. In which case he didn't. He pressed the R2. He held the R2 a little bit more than he should. So yeah, Mook Mook has stopped using Sigbrows and Divine Blessings, and he only uses them in exceptional invasions. And I want to start doing the same. So this is what I do. Did you see that spacing? I hit him even if he was far away. And I want to start doing that too, because with the glitches and stuff that's happening lately, I don't feel like having any part in that. Like having an invasion for 12 minutes and saying, "Oh my God, I want 4 people," but I was running the whole map and using glitches and everything. No, not for me. It's getting too tiresome for me. I'm not so much patient. So yeah, like all my builds are made to do blitzkrieg damage, like are made to do damage quickly to the opponent and incapacitate them quickly, because I don't have the patience to actually stay and fight the opponent for a lot of time. So if you've watched my streams, I die a lot in my streams because I rush into battle. I'm not one for staying behind and spacing the opponent. 345 damage from a simple lance attack. 345, just because the Leering and it was a counter thrust downwards. So I don't know, keep that in mind. I think the S-Stock would be good too, but the Lance has the potential to combo with a jump attack. So even if I didn't have the straight sword in my main hand, I could combo almost any weapon's jump attack from a Great Lance L2. I haven't labbed it a lot, but it worked a lot with many weapon classes, at least with the fast weapons, which I don't think you should be using like a great curved sword on your main hand when you're using the lance in the offhand. So anyway, I felt disappointed because we had already drunk 7 Estus and he started using Sig Brows, and this tells me one or two things. One, he either wants to win so badly that he's willing to drink everything he has on him, or two, he likes our fight so much, so he wants to drink the Sigs and the DB. Did you see that roll cuts combo? That's the potential of this build. So yeah, anyway, if you guys know any other setups, or if you have your own setups, please feel free to give advice. If you know something about the Great Lance, please feel free to give advice too, because I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really enjoying it, and you know me, everybody wants to win, but I don't want to win so badly that I'm gonna be a meta lord. The moment I become, I start using meta builds, it's gonna be the moment I'll stop having fun. So I'm using these builds because they seem fun to me. I'm making my own builds because they seem fun to me, and I encourage you to do the same, which I know most of you are doing. So if you have any more ideas, please let me know. I'll be happy to try out your ideas, and I'll be happy to try out your weapons as long as they fit my playstyle. Like, I could use the red hilted halberd, but I think the Great Lance fits my playstyle more, and it's more useful to me in invasions. But I wouldn't mind any advice, if you give me any advice at all, because I'm not the best in this game, as you know. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I don't think I'll be uploading another video till next year, till January. I'm not sure. I have some footage captured, but I'm not sure. Nice parry again, but he messed up with a swap. He's a good fellow. So yeah, I don't think I'll upload another video till January. So if I don't catch you around, guys, I wish you all a happy new year. I wish you all to have happy holidays, and I hope everything goes well for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll link Mooks and Adam Barker's channels in the description. See you around. Bye, guys.